Hello and welcome to Brock's Basement. This is going to be my comic book pull list for the week of August 21st, 2024. I had a really big, crazy weekend of just being busy. Friday, the 16th, was my birthday, and I got my new desk assembled, and so I have a new setup going on. And as well as being my birthday, I went and saw Alien Romulus. I saw it in IMAX, so I was able to snag this nice little pin. Let's see if I can focus it better. It's a nice little pin for Alien Romulus. But yeah, it was really, really cool. And I enjoyed the movie. A lot of people, I think on the internet, it was kind of panned. But they were also giving out these Deadpool Wolverine coins. So I grabbed one of those. But that was, you know, my Friday. And then Saturday, I took myself, my two kids, and one of my son's friends to GalaxyCon in San Jose. That is this wonderful event. So thank you to GalaxyCon for providing Comics Conspiracy tickets. And so I was able to take my kids. Got a nice little lanyard there. So I'll talk a little bit about GalaxyCon after I do the initial comic book pull list for this week. Fair amount this week, decent amount, like a fair amount of variants, fair amount of books. So let's dive right in. First up, we have Batman, Superman, World's Finest, number 30. I need to get caught up, but Mark Waid's fantastic on this. Dan Moore's art is amazing. If you're not reading it, I don't know why you're not. Next up, we have Dark Knights of Steel All Winter, number 2. The first one was okay. I'm not sure about the second one, but we'll see. It's in black and white, or lighter color, or lack of color, so to speak, because of the winter theme. But we'll see if I continue with it. Next up is Destro, number 3. I've been enjoying the Inner John universe stuff. Destro has been good. If you're not reading any of that stuff, you should. Next up is Gotham City Sirens, number 3 of 4. This is a weekly book that's been coming out, so this is the third week. I've read the first issue. It's okay. I need to read issue 2 and 3, but we all know how behind I am on reading comic books. So, yay. Next up, we have a new number 1 from DC. This is from DC. Tom King is the writer, and Jeff Spokes is the artist, and that's Jenny Sparks. I'm actually looking forward to this, to seeing what it entails. But yeah, super stoked for that one. Next up, we have Nightwing, number 117. He looks very Batman-ish in here on top of the sign that he's squatting on. Next up is a book for my daughter, and that's the Powerpuff Girls, number 2. So she liked it, so I'm starting to get that for her. Next up is Red Coat, number 5. Again, this is the weakest of the Ghost Machine books that I've read so far. But after issue 3, I think it had gotten better because they acknowledged how bad one character's accent was. So we'll see. Next up, we have Star Wars High Republic Adventures, and they're advertising Century Before the Acolyte. Now, I know the news has dropped that Disney Plus will not be renewing Acolyte for a season 2, which is a shame. I haven't watched it yet, which means since it's no longer getting a season 2, I need to sit down and watch Acolyte super fast. Otherwise, Disney will pull it from Disney Plus. We won't be able to see it, like Willow. So, yeah. Next up, we have an Absolute Power tie-in, and that's Superman number 17. Still teaming up with Zatanna in this. So, curious to see how that is, but I got to get caught up to it. Next up is Titans number 14. This entices me a lot because it's got Swamp Thing in it. This I wish was Geoforce, but it's not as Trigon. But yeah, Titans 14. We'll see where that goes. We got Walking Dead Deluxe number 95. We're getting close to issue 100 on the Walking Dead Deluxes. Fingers crossed. Next up, we have Witchblade number 2. I think there's only going to be 4 issues, so I decided to give it a shot. The first issue wasn't horrible, so we'll see where it goes with the next issue. But Bennett is doing a good job of it. What's her first name? I'm blanking on her first name. Margaret Bennett. She's okay. I enjoy her stuff for the most part. So yeah. And finally on the pull list is another Absolute Power tie-in, and then Wonder Woman number 12, Tom King book. I am super behind on this and need to get caught up as soon as humanly possible. But yeah, it is definitely one that is on my list, or it's on my pile over there of stuff I need to be reading. My new desk is a little bit bigger, so I can actually lay down a comic and read it. So hopefully that will entice me to read some more. I have been reading. I have gotten a couple things read, especially the stuff I bring home to read and check out, and that's especially from Marvel. I finally got caught up with that Uncanny X-Men #1, which is meh. What else did I read? I tried the Power something. I can't remember what they're called. I couldn't even finish reading it. And there was a few others. But X Factor was okay, the Mark Russell book from Marvel. But yeah, I don't know. Variants. I pick a lot of those up. One was shorted from a few weeks ago, and that's for Gotham City Sirens #1, the swimsuit variant. So I snagged that one up. So that one finally came back in. The Gillian March connecting cover for issue 3 of Gotham City Sirens. I picked that one up. And this is the W. Scott Forbes variant for Gotham City Sirens #3. And then, of course, this is the Ji Young Lee variant, Poison Ivy for Gotham City Sirens #3. And then the foil version, which the foil is weird. We've already talked about it, for Gotham City Sirens 3, the Gillian March cover. The Omra, Jenny Sparks variant, I decided to snag up. And Gillian March had a variant for Jenny Sparks, so I snagged that copy up as well. The Superman 17 had a really cool Stefan Stejek Zatanna variant, so I snagged that one up. And I'm really bummed this didn't come out earlier, but Joelle Jones did a variant cover for Witchblade #2. She'll feature it a little bit, for my GalaxyCon talk. So yeah, so that was an awesome cover. And then of course, Wonder Woman. I picked up the Gillian March swimsuit cover right there. Snag that one up. So that's it. That was the variants I picked up this week. I did get one graphic novel this week, and that is the Firefly, the Fall Guys hardcover. I've been getting these for a while. I need to sit down and actually read them, but yeah, Firefly. I did grab 2 books this week to throw on just my read pile. And the first one is, of course, Ultimate Spider-Man #8. Ultimate Spider-Man has been really good. If you have not been reading it, I highly recommend it. It's really, really solid stuff. Jonathan Hickman is doing a great job on it. And then Hickman is also coming out with another book with Greg Capullo, and it's from Marvel, and it's Wolverine Revenge. I don't like how they're stacking Wolverine's name there, but I picked up the regular copy. There is a bloody mature variant, polybagged, whatever. I'm just checking it out to see if it's any good. We'll see. But yeah, that's what I grabbed this week for my stuff. I know I combined the last 2 weeks of stuff and was up a little late. With all the moving around and shifting of the room and all that stuff, I just didn't have a chance to do individual videos. I still haven't even gotten my pictures up on Brock's Basement on Instagram for the covers that I liked from each week. So I will hopefully be getting that up soon, as well as this week's books that I'm like a lot, and some shots from GalaxyCon. But let's talk about my GalaxyCon experience. That was Saturday. We stayed all day. It was at the San Jose Convention Center in downtown San Jose here. Tickets were, for us, comped, but I was not a huge fan of the ticket prices when I looked at them, I think. It felt a little steep for what it is. It's supposed to be here for 3 years, so we'll see if I go next year. Fan Expo, of course, I went to the first one up at the Moscone Center 2 years ago and enjoyed it, but I did not go last year. And I don't know if I'm going to go this year, mainly because I spent a little extra money this year and it was rough. But yeah, so let's get into GalaxyCon San Jose. So this was the program that they gave out. I mainly went to get a photo with a certain celebrity. My kids were actually excited to meet a few celebrity guests. My daughter got to meet Jodie Benson, who is the voice actor for Little Mermaid. And my son got to meet a couple of the One Piece actors because he loves One Piece. And he got to meet, let me see if I can find their names here. Why is it not showing up? One of them is, but not the other one. So Jodie Benson, yes, she's in there. J. Michael Tatum, who is my son's, loves the villain character that he plays. Um, out of One Piece. I don't know the character's name because I'm horrible. Oh, it's because it's on here. Colleen Clinkenbeard. She's the voice of Luffy, I guess, the main character. So he got a picture with both of those voice actors. My daughter got a picture with Jodie Benson, and so they really, really enjoyed that. There was a ton of celebrity guests. Terry Farrell interrupted my celebrity photo op, which was perfectly fine. It was okay, but I actually took a nostalgic photo, this table selfie with Rachel Lee Cook. She's amazing, awesome. You'll know her from She's All That and Josie and the Pussycats. She's very short. Compared to me, she's very, very short. But she was nice, awesome, awesome. Seeing her for a minute. And I also took a picture with the actor Christian Narian. You know him from Our Flag Means Death and Hodor as Game of Thrones. He was a really awesome guy, really, really nice. Took a table selfie with me, but I really wish I had a photo of my daughter's reaction because he is big. And I am a decent sized guy, but he's bigger than I am. So when I stood next to him, my daughter's jaw dropped that somebody was bigger than her father. So it was a pretty funny experience. I wish I had a photo of that, but oh well. But yeah, it was a good time with the celebrities that I took photos with. But I mainly went to the con for to get Joelle Jones's signature and meet Joelle Jones, as well as I didn't bring the stuff to get Fabio Moon, but I should have, as far as, and as well as Opena. Uh, but I didn't. It's neither here nor there. When you're taking public transportation, you don't tend to carry a lot because stuff gets heavy. But yeah, so I limited it, but I still had a spent a decent amount on stuff. But the I got to meet Kyle Higgins. He's a writer, does a ton of stuff, but he's recently done deep cuts, which I really, really enjoyed. So I picked up a signed copy from him and Joe Clark right there. But this is the trade paperback version. If you have not read Deep Cuts, it's amazing and fantastic. Kyle also does things like Radiant Black and other things, and he's got a little card game thing that he's been working on. So it's Pocket something. I don't know. I can't remember. I think my kids have it, so I don't have it here. But yeah, so met him, talked to him for a minute, and that was cool. But after I talked with Kyle, right next to Kyle was Joelle Jones, and that's who I went to the con to get an autograph of. And so I took my Lady Killer, basically on like Absolute Edition, deluxe edition, to get signed. This was sealed before she signed it. I literally opened it right in front of her, and she was nice enough to do a little thing with her signature there. Awesome. She did say that more Lady Killer is coming, so be on the lookout for that. But I also got a print from her, and this is the most popular print that she seems to sell, and that is the print of her Catwoman dress, which this is a fantastic dress. She commented how many men actually really like this and comment on this dress. It is fantastic. This dress is amazing. So, of course, she signed it, and I got to get it framed and hung up in my room somewhere, along with my other prints that, I think the collection of prints that are signed is going to get out of hand, but only if I go to more and more cons. We'll see. But the big thing that I got signed from her was I took the base for the Catwoman statue, the dress statue. This thing was a bitch to find. Like it right before the pandemic. Warner Brothers merged. The toy divisions were in shambles. Like Joel was even telling me that she couldn't even find a copy of. Like she didn't even get a comp. Like she had to go track down a copy of this one for herself. But this was the DC Cover Girls, and so I had her sign the base. So I took the base and I said, I would love for you to sign the base. And so she did. She's a really awesome lady. Very, very nice, kind. Yeah, she's an amazing, amazing artist. And I cannot wait to maybe meet her again or interact with her online. And yeah, that's always really helpful. Anyway, I did get one other print, and that was by Chad Harden. I wasn't going for anything from him, but I have picked up something he worked on with Jimmy Palmiotti. Can't remember the name of it. It was a Western book that I kickstarted. It's escaping me right now. But I saw this print and I was like, I have to have it. And he had a beautiful death print on up, and so I had to snag that up as well. And yeah, it was great. But I mainly went, just besides Joel Jones and flubbing Fabio Moon and Greg Opena, I mainly went to get a photo op with an actor. That actor's name is John Cleese. John Cleese, most people know from Monty Python, in Fish Called Wanda, all that stuff. I really loved him since I was a kid watching Fawlty Towers on PBS, the local kind of broadcast station here. It was Channel 9. I remember watching it. It was funny. It made me laugh as a kid. And I went to the photo op for it, and I was next in line, and that's when Terry Farrell like kind of cut in front to surprise him, and they talked for a second, and so that was really, really cool to see that interaction. But I met John Cleese, shook his hand, and said thank you for all the laughter or from my childhood, and he said thank you for telling me that. So, but yep, wonderful photo with John Cleese was what I snagged. So, yep, John's amazing guy. Follow him on Instagram and the social media, but he's fun. Watch Fawlty Towers; it's amazing. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I did, like I said, do a photo op with Rachel Lee, or a table with Rachel Lee Cook and the Horror. And I photo op, and so money went, especially since my kids wanted stuff. Oh, it was crazy. But GalaxyCon was fun. It was definitely not a comic book convention. It was a kind of nerd culture event, celebrity thing, but I did enjoy it. There was a ton of people there. They did a really, really good job in the first year, so I'm hopeful for year two that they can still pull some talent and all of that fun stuff. I did have a little qualm with how they ran the main floor. They had like the photo ops on the far left of the San Jose Convention Center, so just a big space. And then they had the celebrities, which, the big celebrities, the voice celebrities, all of that stuff in the next. And then they did the comic book creators and stuff and all of that right here. And they were sandwiched in between the photo, like the celebrity people and all the people selling stuff. So it was very kind of just, you're right in here. When I really hoped that they had taken maybe the comic book people and put them on the like over on the edge, and like people can come up and a little bit more space, and made it something that people like, oh, what's over here? And so, yeah, I think that would have worked a little bit better. I know that traffic going around, but once people kind of figured out like the comic book creators, and a lot of people weren't going up to them, it was very easy to talk to Kyle Higgins and Joel Jones. I talked to them for a minute, left, and then had to go back because I was like, oops, I forgot to take photos. So, and yeah, great, great stuff. I did on the way out talk to Max Brooks for a minute, and I did pick up the wonderful, wonderful Rogue sticker from him, and he was nice enough to throw in a Deadpool one as well. So yeah, what can you do? But GalaxyCon, fun, fun time. If you're in the San Jose area, I would recommend checking it out, especially if there are creators or somebody that you would like to see. I know a couple people I know were disappointed because Weird Al was there, and they were like, I would have gone. But yeah. So that's it. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Leave your comments down in the comment section below. Let me know if you're picking up any questions, comments, all that fun stuff. Please keep it nice. The internet can be a sea of garbage anyway, so yeah, we don't want that here. You can listen to me on the Comics Conspiracy podcast. We didn't record this week, but we will record next week, where I'll probably talk more of the con stuff and all of that fun jazz. But you can help me and my fellow conspirators out through Patreon at www.patreon.com/comicsconspiracy. For as little as $1 a month, you help us with hosting fees and getting products. So thank you very much to all of our Patreon backers. It helps out immensely. You can help me out a little more directly if you purchase anything through the Amazon links listed in the description. This week we'll have deep cuts and the Firefly Fall Guys hardcover up for there. So if you click on it, I get a little bit on Amazon. Or if you want to help me out a little more directly, you can go over to my eBay page. There's a link in the description below. Click on that. See what I'm purging out of my collection, and maybe it's something that you want. So head over there, Brock's Basement on eBay. You can follow me on social media on Bluesky and Twitter. My handle is at brocksager. On Instagram, it's Brock's Basement. And on TikTok, or Brock's Basement, it's apostrophe S space basement. On TikTok, it's Brock's, no apostrophe, dot basement over on TikTok. I haven't posted anything. I have to probably post some stuff. I just sit there and doom scroll on to TikTok. Do you find yourself doing that? But yeah, a lot. I've had 2 long videos back to back. That's good. So hope everyone's doing well, and I will see you next week.